you know that most store-bought aquarium fertilizers are overpriced and full of chemicals that your plants don't actually need? You're not just wasting money. You could be harming your tank. But what if I told you there's a way to make your own aquarium fertilizer at home for a fraction of the cost, using ingredients you probably already have? Stick around because today I'm diving into the DIY world of aquarium plant care. Aquascaping is an art, of a science, and sometimes a headache. We pour hours into creating these underwater masterpieces only to watch our plants struggle. Sure, fertilizers promise lush growth, but they also burn a hole in your wallet. And let's be real, they're designed to be used up fast so you keep buying more. So, what if I told you that with just a bit of effort, you can mix up your own DIY aquarium fertilizer that's just as effective, completely customizable, and way more affordable? Let's break it down step by step. Here's the problem. Aquarium plants, like all plants, need specific nutrients to thrive: nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, and a mix of trace elements. Without these, your plants end up pale, stunted, or worse, covered in algae because the balance in your tank is out of whack. Most of us turn to commercial fertilizers because they're convenient, but convenience comes at a cost. They're not just expensive, they're also one-size-fits-all solutions that might not work for your unique tank setup. Have you ever bought a fertilizer, used it religiously, and still found yourself battling yellow leaves or melting stems? Exactly. So, what's the solution? DIY fertilizer. It's easier than you think, completely customizable to your tank's needs, and a fun project that puts you in control. Let's break it down into three main steps: understanding your plant's needs, sourcing the right new ingredients, and then mixing your perfect formula. Hey, not all aquarium plants are the same. Some, like Anubias, are slow growers and don't need much fertilizer. Others, like stem plants or carpeting plants, are nutrient hogs. Start by observing your plants. Are they showing signs of nutrient deficiency? Yellowing leaves might mean a lack of nitrogen. Hey, holes in the leaves could point to potassium deficiency. And once you know what your plants need, you can then create a formula that's just right for them. A DIY fertilizer typically involves three main components: macronutrients, micronutrients, and a delivery method. For macronutrients, nitrogen, you can use potassium nitrate, which is KNO3. By the way, links to component ingredients will be provided in the description below to make sourcing them a little easier for you. Phosphorus potassium phosphate, KH2PO4, is a common source. Potassium sulfate, which is K2SO4, works well. For micronutrients, you need something like a chelated trace mix. This contains iron, magnesium, and other essential elements. One popular brand is CSM plus B, which is widely available online. Again, links to purchase the ingredients will be available in the description section for your convenience. Hey, finally, for the delivery method, you can choose between liquid dosing or root taps. And liquid dosing is great for water column feeders like stem plants, while root tabs are perfect for heavy root feeders like swords or crypts. Okay, let's get practical. For a standard 10-gallon tank, here's a simple liquid fertilizer recipe. 1 teaspoon potassium nitrate, KNO3 for nitrogen. 1/8 teaspoon potassium phosphate, KH2PO4 for phosphorus. A half a teaspoon potassium sulfate, K2SO4 for extra potassium. And then a 1/8 teaspoon chelated trace mix, CSM plus B, for micronutrients. Mix these into a 500 milliliter of distilled water, shake well, and you're done. Dosage will depend on your tank, but a good starting point is 1 milliliter per 10 gallons dosed 3 times a week. And then monitor your plants and adjust as you need to. For root tabs, mix your dry fertilizers with clay and a bit of water to form small balls. Let them dry and then push them into the substrate near your plant's roots. DIY fertilizers aren't a one and done solution. Your tank's needs will change over time, and maybe you'll notice algae creep again if you're overdoing it, the nutrients. Or perhaps your plants will start to thrive and you'll need to up the dosage. The key is to start small and then adjust gradually. Always test your water parameters and keep an eye on your plant's health. So here's the game changer. Once you switch to DIY fertilizer, you'll realize how much control you have over your tank. You're no longer relying on generic formulas that may or may not work. You're saving money, cutting down on waste, and most importantly, giving your plants exactly what they need to thrive. It's empowering, and honestly, it's a lot of fun to experiment and see your aquascape flourish like never before. And then making your own aquarium fertilizer might sound intimidating at first, but it's really one of the best things you can do for your plants and your wallet. By understanding your plant's needs, sourcing the right ingredients, and mixing a formula tailored to your tank, you're setting yourself up for success. Plus, you're breaking free from the cycle of overpriced store-bought products. Hey, you're ready to control over your aquascape? Hit subscribe and check out my next video for more tips on keeping your tank thriving, and I will see you there.